It's Nolan. Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show. Lifelong dreams being elevated. Leave a nigga face down like he meditating. Growing up, trepidation in my locale. Hearing 40 cal, know somebody need resuscitation. I describe myself, nothing define me. Paper cut, sharp, origami. Business in the iPhone, biting the apple like Shinigami. Death notes, every bar's like a homie. I'm the Clyde with a Bonnie. Rhythmalism, I'm too quick. New scripts, I'm producing them daily like news clips. Roof Chris, give me all of the beef, I'm a sous chef. Homies had them 8 balls for the green like a pool stick. I learn my ingredients as I get older, more lenient. We use bitch niggas to be convenient. Need more cash, that's immediate, expedient. My experience teaching what I couldn't get from PBS. Freedom of the finance, read a pie graph, I take my pride back. Flip the color like a Mike Jack, niggas ain't like that. Take a name like it's Iraq, you diss me? Might stab a nigga with a wine glass, it's risky. Might crash, don't invite me to the function. I smash niggas pumpkins, all together conjunction. Southside nigga cooking up like it's a luncheon. We don't need a studio to get you niggas punched in. What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. I don't know what the hell is in the water this week, but we are getting revelation after revelation. This shit is going crazy, man. So, of course, yesterday we talked about J. Cole and Cameron interview. It is what it is. They put a few previews out for the people to get a little taster of what's to come. We talked about that whole thing. We talked about J. Cole speaking on the Drake and Kendrick battle and him not liking the aftermath of it and the campaigns and the politics behind it of everybody having to pick a side. Literally in the video I made before this one, I talked about Jay-Z. He kind of echoed those same sentiments. And I had to, as much as I love Jay-Z, I had to counter that point as well, because it always seems to be when people make these points, it's always about Drake being the one that's being shitted on. Drake catching the brunt of the force, the backlash or what have you. Oh, it's becoming, it's attacking the character and all of this different type of shit. I'm sorry, but I cannot ride on that particular juncture. I still fuck with J. Cole. Y'all know I still fuck with Jay-Z. But on that particular talking point, I cannot co-sign it. I'm sorry. Like I said before, if we're going to talk about it, we got to talk about both sides. If we're going to talk about the fan bases and the politics shit, the political aspect of it, then it has to be on both sides. We cannot say that Drake is being attacked and act like Kendrick is not. There's just no way to do that conscionably, in my personal opinion, right? Apparently, me saying these things yesterday got under some people's skin, made them feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? So much so that folks couldn't even take in what I was saying to think that I was being a hater towards J. Cole when I couldn't be further from a J. Cole hater. You know what I'm saying? I can't even get it out. Because I'm one of the few niggas in this space that continue to give J. Cole opportunity and grace to prove himself, to explain himself, to put his music out and still listen to it with an open ear. When the motherfucking birthday blizzard came, I got on this bitch and listened to that shit with an open ear, despite what niggas was talking about. And when niggas was saying that he was taking shots at Drake and or Kendrick, I said, I don't believe he's taking shots at them niggas. Don't believe it. Same thing happened on the Fall Off. Came right on this platform, listened to this nigga's album with an open listening ear. I said what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, where I thought it could have improved, where things could have been better. I mostly had those critiques about disc 39. I liked 29 for the most part. There's a couple songs on 39 I fuck with, the rest I don't. But I still do not believe certain aspects of narratives that people have put out there concerning J. Cole. So if I'm not balanced and fair, then who the fuck is? Get your goddamn life. Anyway, so that was yesterday. Now today it is what it is, decided to feed us another clip. Which brings me to my next point, because I saw somebody saying, y'all content create, y'all know J. Cole got more to talk about than just the beefs. Y'all just tuning in for the beefs. Well, tell goddamn Cameron and his team talk with Flea to put out some other clips that ain't talking about the beef. If that's what you want to hear about. Log your stupid ass off till Wednesday to see the whole interview if you want to talk about some other shit. But the stuff that's being put out to the people is pertaining to the beef. So if you vegan, take your ass home or go to the vegan diner. Because this restaurant ain't got no options on the menu. Fuck, nigga. So now we got another clip today where J. Cole reveals that Kendrick Lamar was originally on The Fall Off. Okay? Now remember, when the beef jumped off, 2024, Might Delete Later. J. Cole is doing all the promos for Might Delete Later, dropping singles on random days, dropping music videos, vignettes, promo videos, the whole shit. He's saying Might Delete Later was always supposed to drop, but The Fall Off was coming right behind it. The Fall Off was completed, it was done, and it had 2 Kendrick Lamar features on that motherfucker. But like that, hit the airwaves and completely shattered his dreams. Yo, it's the dream shatterer, murder machine, ring rattler. Big pun, his shit. God damn. Y'all want to talk about Big Sean getting his motherfucking dream shattered? J. Cole had 2 Kendrick features. I would still love to hear those features. I don't give a fuck about none of this shit if I could hear the features. I want to hear what them niggas would do. Because most of the time when we got Kendrick Lamar and J. Cole features, it was always a hook or this one rapping and this one doing a hook or vice versa. It was never, for the most part, them just going crazy together. I wanted to hear what that sound. I want to hear what that sound like. I put the bullshit to the side. So without further ado, let's go ahead and pull up the clip and hear it out of J. Cole's mouth, the horse's mouth, man. Let's get it.
When you heard Kendrick make that song Metro Boomin, how did you feel about it?
So I listened to it and I have 2 first reactions. My first reaction is,
let me restart that because that shit jumped off too quick. So they're getting into Like That and Cole's first reaction to hearing it.
When you heard Kendrick make that song Metro Boomin, how did you feel about it?
So I listened to it and I have 2 first reactions. My first reaction is, that shit is hard.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it's a hard ass verse, undeniable. The beat crazy, the song is ill, and I'm like, he went crazy. That's my first reaction. Because I don't know what I'm listening for. You know what I mean? I'm like, that shit's tough.
Right.
My second reaction is, not now, nigga.
Right.
My second reaction is like it's, no, nigga, this is inconvenient for me. Right at that time, I had just got off tour with Drake. I had went on tour with Drake. We did that. And I had Might Delete Later in the Chamber, which was the project that you on as a mixtape.
Right.
And then I had The Fall Off finished. I probably had to tweak a couple mixes, boom, 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 but I had this album finished, The Fall Off, right? Let me tell you something else. At that time, I had been working on The Fall Off, which was done. And by the way, that somebody leaked it. I know who leaked it and who said it, you know what I mean? But it's cool. He put it out there. It's like, yo, he was on 2 joints.
So that's the clip. All right. So he got off the tour with Drake. They did the biggest of what? Biggest of huh? Super Bowl. Performing first person shooter. Song is taking off, is going up the charts. Everything is going great. You know what I'm saying? The Beige Twins was killing it. You know? He feels like, hey, I'm shouting out Kendrick. However, and we still need to know more about what happened with the first person shooter. I hope Cam asks him about the details of first person shooter, because the narrative is that Kendrick was supposed to be on that song. There was some calls made, and Kendrick opted out of being a part of that song. Don't know if it's because he heard the record or if it was just he heard the invitation and was like, I'm not in a place to work with this nigga, and then he heard it. Or if that last piece that wasn't on there, you know, when the beat switches up and Drake goes into the whole I'm one away from Mike, nigga, beat it and all that shit. I don't know what is what in terms of the chronology of that story. But for whatever reason, that song comes out, Kendrick takes umbrage to it, and we hear about it a little while later. Right? So, like that comes out, fucking Monster, Metro Boomin, Future, We Don't Trust You, we don't know the features, we don't know who's on it, all the shit is hidden, midnight comes, and niggas is waking up like, oh shit. And now we find out J. Cole felt the same exact way. Twofold, right? Oh shit as a fan like the rest of us, and oh shit as in fuck. My smooth sailing plan, my foolproof plan, I had 2 dot features. Everything was going according to what we set up. The fall off is complete. Just had him on Revenge of the Dreamers. What's the worst that could happen? The nigga gave me a quick feature on a hook. And then you get this. You get a 2-for-1 special. Fuck the big 3, nigga. It's just big meat, nigga. Boom. And now you got to think about what the fuck is this finna do to me? And niggas gonna be wondering what the hell I'm finna say back. So not only do I gotta look at this from the perspective of damn, that verse hard. Damn, that nigga just hit me with a zinger. But now I gotta determine if I wanna fucking shoot back at this nigga, or do I wanna try to keep these records that we already did on the album, piece it up, piece it up, piece it up. And we saw how J. Cole handled the situation because he was the first one to issue a response, period. He dropped it. He reneged within 2 nights. And then a week later, the song was completely off the project. He was embarrassed, all the other shit. But damn, we need those records. That's all I can really say. When I tell you this fucking battle, this whole situation just threw off a whole timeline of what was supposed to be. And ultimately, this is how it was supposed to play out. Everything happens for a reason, as they say, even when we don't know what's going to come on the other side of it. But the ripple in time that this shit has created, the ripple in conversation, the ripple in music fandom, hip hop head discourse, shit has been changed. Some cases for the better, many cases for the worst, as far as the human mind is concerned. Because a lot of people are not practicing discernment for themselves. The hive mindset has fully infiltrated. We've been dealing with it for a long time in humanity, in music and hip hop for sure. But the hive mind is fully rabid, right? And this shit here is feeding families. Damn sure helps feed mine. I ain't gonna lie. I'd be the last nigga to lie. But a lot of people have twisted words and did a lot of weird shit out this bitch that should have never seen the light of day. But here we are, you know? And J. Cole wanting to be welcome all part, wanting to befriend everybody, you know, trying to play both sides when he knew both these niggas hated each other. Even Jay-Z acknowledged that shit in his interview. He said, clearly these guys haven't liked each other for a long time. Why would I want to get in that? Why would J. Cole want to get in that, boy? You thought you was going to be Switzerland and stand in the middle of the fight? Switzerland is you just happen to be like on Luke Cage. Shit, nigga. We in the barber shop. You got to step outside. What happens outside the barber shop happens outside the barber shop. But what y'all not going to do is have that shit popping up in here. Switzerland. J. Cole thought Switzerland meant wherever he went, the peace would continue. All right, I'm here with you today. I'm Switzerland though, bro. Leave me out of it. But damn, that shit hard. All right, I'm gonna go see him. All right, bro. What we doing? Hey, just remember, I'm Switzerland. No, nigga. You Switzerland when I come to your crib, when I come to your studio, when I come to your stomping grounds, nigga. You in my environment. Fuck is you talking about, nigga? We outside in the free world. You either gonna get in or get out. And if you get out, stay out. And that's how niggas is treating them. And he had 2 Kendrick Lamar features that he could have ran off into the sunset with, but you played your cards the wrong way, allegedly, or presumably, regarding this whole first-person shooter shit. We need more details to the nature of what really occurred behind the scenes regarding first-person shooter. The song, I thought was a dope song when it dropped. But it's not nearly as dope as it needed to be to have changed the course of hip-hop the way it has these last couple years for what followed. The song is not good enough for that. So I need to know what really fucking happened. Somebody is going to have to break the ice, break the news, break the internet, so that we can break the story and break that shit down. So now that we've got that out the way, we have to go back to December 2025, unfortunately. And we've got to revisit the Remick and Maleficent podcast. So here, Kirko had posted at that time, December 29th, 2025, Drake and Kendrick Lamar had 2 features each on J. Cole's The Fall Off, according to Maul. Yes, Kendrick was on the album and Drake was on the album. Well, was. Which is why we didn't get the album, because now he got to do his whole album over. That is a quote from Maleficent. Okay? I got to play it because it relates directly to something that was said months ago. A lot of people felt like he was bullshitting. I didn't even see this clip when it came out. But here we are all over again. Because, of course, he does have some sort of relationship with Drake and OVO.
They both were on the album. On J. Cole's album.
No, that's
Drake
gone.
was okay.
That's gone. You know Drake called and say, "Yo, unclear that."
He said, "Must be Drake Bell."
Must be Drake Bell. Get that shit the fuck off.
Yeah.
It wouldn't even. It would sound dated anyway. It wouldn't make any. It had unless
Yeah.
it wouldn't work anyway. It wouldn't work anyway. But now I'm sad because I know that exists.
I'm
I kill
curious.
myself.
I'm curious if Kendrick has the same verse on Cole's project as he did
No.
this year,
No,
or if it's rewritten.
no, I don't think he's on there. I don't think he's on there.
He was on there twice.
I don't think he's on there.
Yeah, he was.
I know
on
that
there.
for a fact.
He was on the album.
He was on there twice. So I don't. You think Cole's taking 2 Kendrick verses off his album?
I want to let y'all know that this is going to get clipped and end up on Twitter. So are y'all okay with me leaving that in there?
Yeah.
Okay.
What? That Kendrick was
That
on.
Kendrick
Cole's
was on
album?
J. Cole's album?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was on
Breaking
his album.
For a fact. Okay.
Yes, Kendrick was on the album, and Drake is on the album. Well, was, which is why we didn't get the album, because now he got to do his whole album over.
Because all right, see, don't do that. All right, I'm not allowing that. Cole didn't redo his whole album because a Drake verse got taken off. He probably just redid his
If you
album
have
because he
two
wanted
songs, if you have 2 songs with Drake and 2 songs with Kendrick,
I don't
And now
think he
you-
had 2 songs with each of them.
okay,
There's no-
I know he had 2 songs with both.
I'm about to kill myself. I'm really about to kill
So now-
like, word to me, I'm not going to lie. I hate this fucking beef. It's the worst thing that ever happened to me. I swear to God.
So now that you don't have those songs, that's 4 songs you have to take off your album. You
But
can't.
you think he has to take the Kendrick ones off?
Absolutely.
Why?
Yeah.
Kendrick's not clearing no verse for J. Cole.
Why you think that?
Because he's not. He don't fuck with Cole like that. Which is why what Cole did was crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was December 29th, 2025, just a few months ago. They were on their podcast. Where they got this information, I do not know. I mean, sure, Drake would know if he was on 2 songs. Perhaps Drake would know if Cole was working with Kendrick, and maybe the whole plan all along was to do 2 each. And it sounds, if that's the case, then my fucking Switzerland shit hits even harder. Because I didn't know about this shit. That he had 2 songs with each of them niggas. He was trying to do the best of both worlds, literally in both worlds. He was trying to go from Canada, Crodyville to goddamn Compton and try to be like, I'm North Carolina. I'm from North Carolina, like on the wood and shit. Nigga, no. Nigga, no. And that's exactly why you got caught up in this shit. That's exactly why you got a Destructo disc through your motherfucking helmet. That is exactly why. Now, on paper, I must say, on paper, it seems like a great move. It sounded clever as shit. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to put my last album out. I'm going to have Drake on that bitch. I'm going to have Kendrick on that bitch. We're going to body some shit. We're going to go out together. One way or another, brother. You know what I mean? If I can't get y'all on one song, I'm going to get y'all on one album. Fuck it. 2 for 2. Let me get a 4 for 4. Now both niggas saying no and no. We'll never hear these motherfucking songs. We might hear the Drake and J. Cole song since so much shit leaks from that side. They got a lot of leaky faucets in that side of the game. So we may get that. But Cole, you're gonna have to do the honors on motherfucking Inevitable podcast, like you played the full version of the old songs you had with Kendrick back in the days. Tell Eve, tell your engineer, fire up the Inevitable stream, live stream. You could just do the audio, play the songs. You know what I mean? Drop Summer Tsunami. Since we not getting no more J. Cole albums, do a Summer Tsunami. Hell, put all 4 of them bitches on a mixtape or something. I never got them clear, but I'm putting them out. Fuck it. Because I know the Drake heads want to hear that shit too. And I know the Kendrick fans want to hear them Kendrick verses. Even if they don't want to hear motherfucking J. Cole rap, they want to call him J. Cole Slaw. You gonna take that Cole Slaw with that motherfucking Zaxby's meal too. You ain't getting double fries today, okay? I need them verses. But Maul did say this. And as this news broke, we got Maul with the crying emojis over the confirmation coming from J. Cole, because he did take a lot of shit for saying it. Understandably so, because a lot of stuff he says, you know, he just be talking out his ass. Some stuff gets debunked. Some stuff seems a little bit more informed. Hold on, y'all. Let me thank this person real quick. But yeah, because the idea that J. Cole had told people and all this stuff or what have you before he went on to do the apology, J. Cole debunked that. He said, only person I talked to was my wife. And she was relieved like a motherfucker. You know what I mean? Maul still stands by the idea that Drake was supposed to come to Dreamville Fest that year and do first person shooter with him. But unfortunately, Cole had already put the call in for Drake not to come. Some people claim that Drake was backstage and he was supposed to come out, but I've heard no real confirmation about Drake literally being there. But what I have heard is that was in the talks, and J. Cole basically told him not to come after the whole beef and everything erupted. I don't know what's what or what's real. Hopefully J. Cole talks about it to Cam, since we're getting all this insight. Hopefully he don't just stop there. Shit, tell it all then, goddamn. Go ahead and do a goddamn Superhead book for all we know. Now, I don't mean Superhead book like that, but you know what I mean. If you want to take it out of context, that's on you. Tomorrow, more will be revealed on Talk with Flea, J. Cole, Cameron, For better or worse, really. Let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, become an insider. I will catch y'all on the next one. Y'all be good out there, man. Peace. Oh, before we go, album done. Family Over Fame album is complete. I don't know how many of y'all seen my posts in the wee hours of the morning. I was waiting on one song for the past week and a half. That song has been turned in, completed, mixed, mastered, the whole shit. So now we're going to move into the artwork phase. Once I get the artwork completed, I will go ahead and drop some form of pre-order. You know what I'm saying? Specifically for if you want to get physicals, because that's vinyl and CD could be an option. I gotta exercise my my opportunities out here. So once we get everything wrapped up, I'll start moving into that direction. I'll set up a live stream in the coming weeks to play it for y'all one good time before it's actually out. So if you don't make it to the listening session, that's on you. And then I'll set up the dates of when everything will drop. The physicals will drop before the album drops on streaming. That I do know for sure. At least 2 weeks to a month of lead time just for the physicals, just for people to buy it from me directly from my website. Y'all will take precedence, and then the streaming release will come after that. Okay? That's what I can guarantee y'all up front. Now, I will go, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'm never politicking, the drama be piling on. Father and great son acknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts, every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I read for filth. The sympathy calls, consulting for the stacks I built. I